Hello everyone, this is Starscreamo65, and today I'll be bringing you a review of Transformers ConstructBot Scout Class Breakdown. Breakdown here, we're going to start with his robot mode for a change, and also for my convenience. He's very reminiscent of his Transformers Prime self. He's gray with silver, and he has this yellow on his chest, although I don't know where that came from and why that's there. I added these machine guns on his shoulders to try to imitate the shoulder spikes that he had in the show. See, as far as posability goes in this mode, his head is on a ball joint, and ratcheted neck. Got a close up on the head. It's glaring, and I apologize for that, but he does have yellow eyes. A really nice red face and a gray helmet. So a lot of this figure, including this back piece here, the chest and the head, are from Hound, which is unfortunate that they had to reuse parts, but I'm glad that we have this figure because this serves as my Transformers Prime Breakdown. So back to ability, he has ball jointed shoulders. He's got one ratchet going forward at the elbow, due to the fact that this forearm piece hits the shoulder piece, which is just bad engineering on Hasbro's part. They should have chosen a different forearm piece. And then ratchets here at the wrists, and you have ball jointed hands. There is waist articulation, like so. You have ball jointed thighs, you got ratcheted knees, you got ratcheted ankles, or semi-ankles, and you have ball jointed feet. So, yeah, that's nice. As far as weapons go, again, he has these on his shoulders, although they're just there for decoration in this mode. And he has his didn't mean to shove it in that far. And he has his axe, which in the show he had a hammer, and it was not red, but this is still cool. In order to get it to come out of his hand, I like to bring his arm up like so, and then plug it into his wrist. And that gives me the illusion, at least, or it gives him the illusion of it coming out of his hand to a certain degree, so. And like all ConstructBots, he can hold some cool poses, at least in my mind. Alright, so for size comparison, here he is next to Knockout. And I meant to get to this earlier, but as far as like the skeleton and just having a Bionicless Transformer transform, that's really cool. But I find it really cool as well that although it's the same basic skeleton and transformation, Hasbro has succeeded in making them all look different. And I'm not talking about just about colors and wings and such. The armor. Breakdown here looks a lot beefier and thicker and stockier than Ratchet does here, which is really cool. Ratchet looks really thin to me, and maybe it's just an illusion, but Breakdown looks a lot stockier, and I really like that, and I find that really cool. So that's enough on that. So to transform Breakdown here into his vehicle mode, first, once we want to rotate his head back into place, I'm going to unpeg his Epicon symbol, which unfortunately is not painted white in where it should be, like in Galvatron. Maybe that's intentional, but it really doesn't look all that bad. I'm not really bothered by it all that much. Alright, so start, we're going to open up his chest, bring his head down, bring his chest back up, like so, and come back here and bring this hood piece up and over, like so. We unpeg his waist assembly, bring it around, straighten the thighs, rotate his feet, which become the front bumper of, or grill of the truck. And get the position to peg in. Sorry about this. I'm used to transforming these to robot mode in video. This can get kind of cumbersome, as you can see. Although, when you're not trying to fit it in frame, it's a lot easier. Which, I'm just going to do that. I don't make you sit here and watch me with breakdown. So, alright. So here they are pegged in, and then we just peg the feet together, and they sit at an angle. So yeah, that does make a gap, unfortunately. Then you're going to bend the arm, the elbow, and you got to peg them into the thighs down here. Bring the hands up like so, bring the wheels back, bring the gun forward, and do the same thing over here. Bring it up, bring the gun down, put the wheel back, and there breakdown is in his vehicle mode, and I'll just pick the gun symbol here on the hood. So, yeah. So, it might be coming up as a tealish blue on the camera, but breakdown here is more reminiscent of the blue from Ultra Magnus. And here's the blue from Ultra Magnus. And it looks like Ultra Magnus is coming up better on camera, but I would compare the two blues more in that manner. Or maybe even to the legs of Optimus Prime for Cybertron. It's really not this bright blue like it comes out to be on camera. It's a nice, dark, rich blue. Like a royal blue. So as far as this axe goes in this mode, I tend to peg it in facing backwards, like so, on the side. So, it's asymmetrical, and I hate asymmetry, but it looks cool, so. I'm trying to understand why this wheel doesn't want to roll like the rest. But, well, there it is. And like Earth Correct Bots, he rolls quite nicely. He rolls beautifully. And again, he has this really big bumper. Although it doesn't really bother me all that much. It looks a bit odd. But, in my opinion, it's a small price to pay to have a Transformers Prime-esque breakdown, which I've really want to have. Or, I really wanted to have one, and I'm glad that I have one now that I don't have to pay a humongous import cost for it. So. Comparison in this mode, here he is next to Sideswipe. You can see he's almost an entire third greater than Sideswipe, not to mention height. So, and although Sideswipe is not half a car like he is in a way, he is much bigger, and he's a nice size. For $10, he's a Voyager size, not a bit larger. So, and these wheels here, if I didn't already note, these are actually Ironhide wheels, and his wheels, which are here on Ratchet. So, yeah, I highly recommend the Sharkbox line. I think you really need to give it a try if you're really hating on it. Because they're still coming out with more for Age of Extinction if you look at the Toy Fair stuff, so. This has been Star from 65. I highly recommend this figure. Thank you very much for watching, and do take care.